Hi, this is Ira Gorlick. I'm the Director of Curriculum Development for the Atlantis Learning Community, and I'm going to describe to you what a learning community is and why we need one. For me, a learning community is personal. I look at what do I need to thrive in today's world. The first thing that I need to thrive in today's world is I have to figure out a way to manage information overload. There is so much information out there that would help me, but I don't know how to get it. So the need I have is to manage all this information. How do I make use of all this information? The second thing I need to do to be able to thrive in today's world, I need to be able to untangle all of the issues and ideas that are surrounding me. A lot of this stuff is very complicated. I don't necessarily have the expertise, but in order to survive, in order to thrive, I need to master these things. The third thing I need to do to thrive in today's world is I need the tools to help improve my life. Now, I want to look at all these three things, recognize that throughout history, people have always had to manage information, have always had to untangle complicated issues, and have always needed tools to survive. But today it's particularly difficult because there's so much information, there's so many more complicated issues, and there's so many more tools that are available to me. The solution I've come up with is a learning community. And what a learning community does, it helps me filter and focus all this information on a personalized basis. See, that's the key, is that it's one thing to be able to filter and focus, but it's even more useful if you can do it on a personalized basis. What do you specifically need? What's your specific filters? What's your specific focus? That's what a learning community does. A learning community takes these needs we have to thrive, information overload, managing, untangling uncomplicated issues, and giving us the tools, and it's able to do that on a personalized basis. In the old days, if you wanted to learn something, you had three choices. First, you could learn it yourself. You could figure it out on your own. And frankly, for a lot of people, that is the way they did it. You could go out and get a book, or multiple books. That's also very successful. I've learned many things by getting a book. Or you can go to a school where you can find people who have already gone through all the books, figured out what are the best books, and other people that are interested in the same thing you are, and you can learn it through a school. And that for centuries has been pretty much the way we learn things. What's changed is that today we have the internet. The internet offers a staggering amount of information just a click away. So we have all this information available to us. The challenge is, how do I manage all that information? How do I make that information useful to me? In the old days, the way we filtered and focused was using a card catalog system, which worked great for the way it was. It was an analog system. You couldn't do a lot of cross-referencing. It worked, but it is limited. Today, I can use digital technology. By using the internet, context-sensitive search engines, personal profiles and meta tags, I can filter and focus information orders of magnitude better than any card catalog system. What a learning community does, it uses 21st century tools to filter and focus our learning efforts. A learning community connects people with similar interests so that they can gather, process, and distribute useful information to each other. A learning community is four things. It's open, it's participatory, it's distributed, and it's a platform for lifelong learning. A learning community is open in the sense that the work is accessible to everyone. In a learning community, you don't have to pay for participation in the class. Knowledge acquisition is free. You might pay for knowledge assessment, you might pay for testing and certification, but gathering knowledge, getting knowledge is free. In a learning community, work done is shared in the community. Anything that people learn that is of value to the community then can be added to the community. The learning community is constantly being updated with new information from the community itself. And the work done by the community and all of its members is all done in the open. Transparency is very important because that's what helps us value information better. A learning community is participatory. In a learning community, learners engage with the material in each other and offer new and interesting things that they either learn on the internet or that they already know. One of the important outcomes of a learning community are the network connections you build as you add links to new stuff and other people. One of the important outcomes of a participatory learning community is that being able to connect all these new ideas and new people creates a truly successful and amazing learning experience. A learning community is distributed. Learning is found all over the internet in pockets and clusters. There is no single path from first to last in learning. Learning is not a conveyor belt where everybody starts at the beginning and as they go through the conveyor belt, things are added to it. Everybody has their own things that need to be added at its own time. The great thing about a learning community is that different ideas and new ways to view the world can easily coexist. And a learning community is a platform for lifelong learning. A learning community encourages growth and independence. A learning community encourages people to work at their own pace and in their own spaces. A learning community promotes the kind of network distributed learning that lifelong learning is based on. A learning community is a great platform for lifelong learning because it builds the kind of connections that can be maintained over long periods. A learning community stays relevant by changing with the world and with the growth of the learner. Why participate? The reason you should participate in a learning community is when we are allowed to freely speak, think, argue, trade, create, invest, and/or experiment, we can create a more productive, a more prosperous, and a more amazing and peaceful world for all of us. For more information about what a learning community is and how you can benefit from one, please subscribe to our channel and go to our website, atlantislearningcommunity.org.